now want to shift our focus to the other big story that we're tracking this evening. Hyderabad remains on edge. A suspended BJP MLA Raja Singh has been arrested again. He's been booked under the Preventive Detention Act. This action comes after Raja Singh hit out at the Telangana government and Aswaddin Owaisi, accusing them of instigating communal violence. MIM chief Aswaddin Owaisi is under fire for legally representing youth involved in stone pelting across Hyderabad. Over 90 youth were released on Wednesday. The Rapid Action Force has also been stationed at sensitive zones, mainly in the Shalibanda area. Schools in this area and the old city have also been shut. Let's first listen into what Raja Singh had to say before he was detained.
तो मैं आज रिक्स लेकर आपके सामने आ रहा हूं क्योंकि कोर्ट का आदेश था कि मीडिया को अटेंड नहीं करना है, लेकिन वातावरण देखकर मुझे मजबूरन आज आना पड़ा। आज तेलंगाना में कम्युनल वायलेंस होने का रीजन क्या है, मैं आपको बताने की कोशिश करता हूं। मुनव्वर फारूकी स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन, एक चिल्लर कॉमेडियन का प्रोग्राम हमारे म्युनिसिपल केटीआर साहब जो कि मुख्यमंत्री के बेटे हैं वो प्रोग्राम को सक्सेस करते हैं। मुस्लिम्स वोट बैंक का इन्होंने एक खेल खेला है, क्योंकि अगर इसका कार्यक्रम रद्द होगा तो बीजेपी की फायदा होगा, अगर इसका कार्यक्रम सक्सेस होगा तो टीआरएस को और एमआईएम को फायदा होगा।
Now we're understanding fresh protests have erupted once again in Hyderabad after the arrest of suspended BJP MLA Raja Singh. Supporters of Raja Singh are staging street protests. Look at the visuals that we're putting out on our screens. As we pointed out, Raja Singh was picked up again. He was booked against under the Preventive Detention Act, but now protests have broken out by his supporters. My colleague Swastika Das is now joining us on the broadcast. Swastika, could you first talk to us about where all have these protests broken out?
Well, the protest broke out in Muzamzahi market. This is not very far away from where Charminar is. It's in an area called the Begum Bazaar area. A handful of protesters immediately after Raja Singh was brought here at the Cherlapalli Central Prison. They hit the streets demanding his release and have also hit out at the TRS government as well as the MIM for conspiring against Raja Singh and sending him back in jail. Remember, the contention is not just that, the contention is of booking him under the PD Act, which is a serious act which is leveled against habitual offenders. And in this case, the police says Raja Singh has over 101 cases to his name. And that's why, since he's a habitual offender, almost equal to a rowdy sheeter, he has been brought here at the Cherlapalli Central Prison. Back to you.
Okay, so as Swastika is pointing out, the rearrest of Raja Singh has now led to protests once again in Hyderabad. All of this in the backdrop of a political war of words as well, while the BJP is demanding action from the MIM after a video of their corporator went viral on social media. The MIM is asking questions back from the BJP saying, will a suspension be enough? Swastika Das, thanks a lot for getting us all those details. We'll keep tracking those developments. For now, completely out of time. It's a wrap from my side. Plain Speak is up next.